Good morning students, I welcome you all for the online class of business studies. Today we will be going to learn the next topic of directing, that is informal communication. Has been already completed in the last class the formal communication. Now we will be going to complete the informal communication. Informal means student when it is not in a way. When we are having a communication for psychological satisfaction, it is known as informal communication. Informal communication between different members of organization who are not officially attached to each other is known as informal communication. Generally, the social interactions, friendly talks and non-official matters are discussed in the informal communication. There is no fixed direction or path. Definitely, when we are making the communication like this way, when for psychological satisfaction, we are sharing our problems, we are sharing our everything with each other. That time there is no fixed direction to whom we have to talk. That is also not confirmed. That so it can be in any direction. The information moves in a very vague, confusing and zigzag manner. That is why the network of informal communication is known as grapevine communication also. There is no fixed source of information under informal communication, and information can move in any direction. There are several types of informal systems, very first, but the common network which we can discuss are gossip. Under gossip pattern, one person tells many, which means information is with one member of organization and he shares the information with many other people in his group, social group. Clusters. Under this pattern or method, the information is shared between two persons who trust each other. Then one of the person from that group passes the information to another member of other group, and one person from other group may pass it to another, and so on. So under cluster method, one person tells the information to select the other person. That is known as cluster. So here we can share the information between two persons who trust each other, like friends are there. There are two common friends. We share everything with each other. That will be coming in cluster method. And that two persons with whom we are sharing, that two person can trust another two person and then can share. That is cluster. Single strand. In single strand pattern, each individual communicates to the other in sequence. Probability. In probability network, the individual communicates randomly with other individuals. That is a probability. Next is advantages of informal communication, benefit from employees' point of view. The employees can develop friendly relationship between and get social satisfaction. Second, through informal communication, the matters can be discussed which cannot be discussed through official channels. It provides information to all the members cutting across the official channels. So these are the advantages of informal communication, student, that employees can develop friendly relationship, get social satisfaction. The matter can be discussed which cannot be discussed in the official channels. And the official provide information to all the members cutting across the official channels, means to whom we can share, all the members can get the information. It is not needed that the person must know the information or not know. They can know when it is to be delivered to them. Benefit from a management point of view. Management point of view, when we say managers can fill up communication gap if there is any through informal communication, means if for example manager is not able to understand the people and the employees of the lower level their problems, he can go through the informal channel, he can communicate with them and can get the information what he was lacking. So that can be possible through informal communication. Informal communication travels very fast, so urgent matters can be communicated informally. The managers can get true and accurate response of subordinates on various policy matters. Informal communication provides emotional relief to employees and results in reducing union and management problems. So that is the informal communication, student, which provides emotional relief to employees and results in reducing union and management problems. Next come disadvantages of informal communication. When we talk about disadvantages of informal communication, the information travels in a very unsystematic manner and get distorted while passing through various channels. Informal communication helps in spreading rumors and false facts. Responsibilities cannot be fixed as the source of information cannot be known. The confidential information may get leaked under informal communication. So these are the disadvantages of informal communication, student, that informal communication travels in a very unsystematic manner and get distorted while passing through various channels. Informal communication helps in spreading rumors and false facts. It cannot be fixed as a source of information cannot be known. The confidential information may get leaked also under informal communication. Now the difference between formal and informal communication, when we see, let us see the formal communication and informal communication difference. Formal communication, when we say student, it refers to communication taking place within the official chain of command. Informal communication, when we say, it refers to communication between individuals and groups which are not officially recognized. It establishes the relationship between the subordinates, superiors, and relations are highly impersonal. Whereas informal communication, when we say, it establishes a relationship between among individuals irrespective of the levels. Nature, when we talk in nature of formal communication, it is more rigid in nature and cannot be modified. Whereas informal communication, it is flexible, dynamic, and varies from individual to individual. Channels of formal communication, it follows formal or established line of command, whereas informal communication, it is based on informal relationship and no fixed line of command is followed. Expression, formal communication is mostly expressed in written form, whereas informal communication, it mostly tends to be oral. Need, it serves the need of the organization, whereas informal communication, it serves the need of individual working in the organizations. Next comes speed. The speed of formal communication is generally slow because all information has to pass through an established chain of command, whereas the speed of informal communication is very fast as it come across all the official channels. Fixation of responsibilities, it refers to the responsibilities of the formal communication from some source of information is known. It is not possible to fix the responsibilities in informal communication because here all the member enjoys the freedom of responsibilities. So they will feel or not feel, it is their choice. In formal communication, there is no choice, there is a responsibility, there is a duty, liability to fulfill the communication responsibilities. Record, the record of formal communication are maintained for future reference, but in informal channel, though no such record is maintained. Barriers to effective communication, when we say, sometimes the message sent by the sender does not reach the receiver in the same manner as we want to expected by the sender. It can be modified by the people when it pass from one person to another person, that can be in the informal communication. The filtration, misrepresentation of communication may cause misunderstanding. Filtration means sometimes because of our own benefit we change the message which we want have to communicate with the another person. We not represent the things properly when which we have to do. So that can be the various types of barriers of effective communication. Therefore, it is important for a manager to identify the barriers and take measures to overcome these barriers. The barriers can be grouped in following categories. One is semantic barrier, second is psychological barrier, third is organizational barrier, and the fourth is personal barriers. There are so many barriers we have learned. Semantic barriers, when we talk student, it is a type of barrier which arises because of the same type of different meaning of the same words. A sentence which is spelled, it can be have different meanings. That type of barriers which is not able to understand due to the different understandings of the same word, it is known as semantic barriers. Semantic, sometimes the same words and sentences can be understood differently by different people in the organization, which means difference in the understanding level of employees. For example, if the production manager announces in the meeting that there will be increase in the budget of production department, then employees may understand that their salary and it will increase, but managers may understand it that expensive machinery will be purchased. So this is the semantic barriers. Main causes for semantic barriers are as follows. Very first, badly expressed message. Sometimes due to lack of vocabulary, manager may use wrong words, omission of needed words. Due to this, the manager may fail to convey the same meaning to his subordinates. So that can be the main causes for semantic barrier, that is message can be badly expressed. Symbols with different meanings. Sometimes a word may have different meanings, receiver may understand different meaning. For example, price, principle, and the principal word, they are both having different meaning. One principal and the another principal is having different, like PRINCIPAL. Principal is the principal of the school, whereas PRINCIPLE, it is a standard which is laid down. Right and right. When the very first right, RIGST, right, say it says correct. WRITE, right, when we say it is to write something. So the thing is that when symbols with different meanings are there, but when we pronounce, it is difficult some of the time the different person to understand or handle with care. Hold the handle of the door carefully. So this doesn't means we have to hold the handle and we have to take care. It doesn't mean like there are different communication words which have different meanings. Fault translation, student. This was about the badly expressed message symbol with different meaning. Now faulty translations. Sometimes the worker do not able to translate the meaning properly of the particular because of the language problem. The language in which is used by the managers or workers get it translated. If translator is not efficient, he may make mistakes in translation. Due to wrong translation also, there can be a barrier of communication. Unclarified assumptions. Sometimes it happens before someone speaks, before someone comes, like boss comes before the employee. Before the boss communicate anything, the pre-assumption is made by the employee what he will be going to say or she will be going to say. That assumptions also makes sometimes barrier for the communication. Unclarified assumptions. Sometimes the worker may misinterpret the assumptions. For example, boss may instruct the subordinate to take care of goods. It doesn't mean to sit and see the goods. It says whenever the employee will be utilizing the good, they have to make proper utilization of the good. That is the meaning. He may mean that take care of quality of goods, whereas workers may understand that he is instructing to keep the goods safely. There are two different things. Manager want to make him that quality of the goods must not be spoiled. It must be properly utilized. No wastage of resources must be there. But employees are thinking that they are asking them to see the goods and take care of that. Technical jargon. Some of the time some of the technical words are not able to understand by the employees. While explaining to subordinate, many specialized experts use technical words which cannot be understood by the workers. Example, finance manager announces EBIT, it's 20 crore, which means earning before interest and tax. A manager announces today there is a meeting of white collar employees. Here the people can understand, some of the people can understand that white collar employees mean those who have wear the white shirt and having the white collar, their meeting is there. But in the meaning is that the top level people who are having a high post, they will be having a meeting. That means meeting of manager level people. Some employees may understand employees wearing white shirt have meetings. So these can be the different technical jargon words which not be able to understand by the employees. Body language and gesture decoding. Along with verbal communication, another important mode of communication into body's language and gesture shown by person who is talking. If the verbal communication is not matching with the body language, the workers can get confused and misunderstand the meaning. For example, if manager is telling a joke but there are signs of anger on his face, then worker will be get confused whether that particular thing is a joke or not. Psychological barriers. When we talk psychological barriers, emotional or psychological factors also act as barriers to effective communication. Psychological, it relates to the person's internal emotions, internal feelings. When, like example, psychological barrier, when a student comes to the class and he is having some already occupied space of something at home, then he will not be able to learn anything in the schools because his mind is going at the thing what happened at the home. Maybe the scoldings or the parents saying word which is repeatedly going in the mind of the child, because of that he is not able to hear anything what is going in the present time. So that can be a psychological barrier. Emotional psychological factors arises due to and create barriers of effective communication. The state of mind has great influence over the information and its reflection. As a frightened person may not communicate properly, similarly an angry person may not receive the communication effectively. Some of the psychological barriers to effective communication are as follows. Premature evaluation. Sometimes people make premature evaluation that he will be going to say, he will be angry only, likewise. And he is not able to understand what the friend person wants to make understand. It means deriving conclusion before completion of message. Sometimes people evaluate the meaning of message before the sender completes the message. In such case, the receiver may not have an open mind. He may have some personal prejudice against the sender. He may resist change. He jumps to conclusion without logical deduction from the situation. Lack of attention. It means when receiver does not pay complete attention to the message, as a result communication become ineffective. The reason can be preoccupied mind of receiver. For example, when worker is giving suggestion regarding method of production, the manager is preoccupied with an important file. Sometimes managers do not give attention due to extreme emotions, for example, depression, jubilation, etc. The lack of attention may disappoint the employees. Loss by transmission and poor retention. When communication passes through various levels, their result is filtering or loss of information. some especially when is oral information. Many time it happens when it passes from one department to another department. Many of the important things are moving out from the information. Sometimes manager may not be able to retain all information for a longer time. They may ignore or misinterpret some of the information which they are not interested. Distrust, this is the last feature of psychological barrier. Distrust, when people not trust each other, they will not participate in the communication, they will not take interest in the communication which is taking place. So distrust between communicator and receiver also act as a barrier to effective communication. They may not understand each other's message in original sense. Secondly, they do not give much importance to the information exchange between them. So this was for today's class, student. I hope you have understood. Next class with the organization barrier and other topics of the directing we will forward. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.